Niners over the LA Rams. KNBR with the call. Niners Radio Network. We are Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers 24/7 protection when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle. Learn more at progressive.com. All right, let's just give you some details on what happened going into this game. Why are you shaking your head already, Smalls?
Because I should have known never to bet on the Rams.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Smalls.
No, the Rams should apologize. They're disappointing.
They disappoint you all the time, don't they?
Of course, it's that team.
It never ceases to amaze you the level of disappointment that they were able to inflict on you.
How many 49ers players were injured?
Well, that's what I was going to get to here. So here's the list. It could take me a while. The list includes, but it's not limited to, players that did not play for the San Francisco 49ers last night, the 4-1 San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy, he plays quarterback. George Kittle, Hall of Fame level tight ends. Nick Bosa, Hall of Fame level defensive end. Brandon Ayuk, Pro Bowl level wide receiver. Ricky Pearsall, probably soon to be Pro Bowl level wide receiver. Jawan Jennings, someone on this show, me, has called him one of the most underrated receivers in the sport. So instead, Mac Jones, former first-round pick in New England, who was great his rookie year and has been horrible ever since, was great again last night. 33 of 49, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns. Year to date, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception for the Niners, who were up 14-0, then 20-7. Rams tied the game at 20 apiece, blocked extra point. That matters. San Francisco takes a 23-20 lead. First and goal at the Niners' 3-yard line with 1:07 to go. Kyron Williams fumbles the ball. Where's he from?
He's from St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis. No. San Francisco goes 3 and out.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, right? It's not like he went to Illinois.
Then the Rams.
He's a hater.
He is a hater.
He's such a hater.
Today.
100%. Notice how I'm repping Illinois, you're repping Virginia.
Well, nobody told me about this.
We didn't
talk
discuss
about this ahead of time.
We just have school
There's no way
pride.
you didn't discuss it.
We don't have a separate group chat, sir. We don't.
There's no way you didn't discuss it.
Oh, by the way, that place that you sent me in our separate group chat, amazing.
Oh, you got the food there last night? Good,
the soft shell crab.
I told you,
we don't have
so
a
good.
group chat except
Had the duck too.
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
But we don't have a separate.
No,
group
you don't.
chat.
No,
we don't have a separate group.
No, but both of our teams are in the top 25, and we're proud to rep them on a Friday. Where's your Wisconsin gear?
I didn't know I was supposed to wear it.
We
Nobody
did not
told me.
discuss this.
You just said you have a separate group chat that talks about food and gear, so I wasn't included.
We didn't talk about gear. I just sent Cece a very good
talk-
place to get some takeout to watch the games last night.
Yeah, we just talked about food.
That's what they all say. Okay, I don't believe it. Just saying. Okay, so here's the thing now that everybody is debating. In overtime, Pinheiro hits a 41-yard field goal for the Niners, so they're up 3 points. The Rams have 4th and 1, down 3, obviously, with 3:36 to go in overtime from the 11-yard line, and San Francisco stopped them to win the game in that moment. Did the Rams make the right decision? Before you answer, let's hear from their head coach, Sean McVay, on the failed 4th down conversion and the overall loss to the Niners.
Thought about maybe trying to draw them off sides. I took one, they took the other, and it was a poor decision by me right there. But, you give the Niners credit. They made enough plays to be able to win the football game. We had plenty of chances throughout this game. We stayed in it. We fought. We battled. But there's a lot of things that we have to be able to clean up and a lot of football left. But I'm pretty sick right now. I'm sick of the spot that I put our group in to end the game. But, hey, these are the tough beats that you got to be able to learn from and move forward, and that's what we're going to do.
Did they make the right decision? We know the end results, but did they make the right decision? Because decision and execution are obviously 2 different things.
Yeah, I mean, they made the right decision. Analytics gives them a 49% chance of being able to win that game by going for it versus a 39% chance of being able to win that game by kicking the field goal, right? Let's not return the favor to Kyle Shanahan with the whole 3rd possession bit in overtime. They made the right call. They just didn't get it done. And we got to give a lot of credit to that 49ers team, especially that 49ers defense, because those guys rose up.
The San Francisco 49ers offense looks to bounce back from a 4-turnover performance this past Sunday. They'll attempt to do so with a backup quarterback and a couple of backup wide receivers. Still, it's a Kyle Shanahan team against a Sean McVay squad. Shanahan has been competitive against the Rams on the road. Injuries make the margin for error slimmer than ever. But Shanahan owns the advantage over McVay by a healthy margin. I don't think we have to worry about Shanahan trusting Mac Jones, who had 39 and 41 attempts in each of his 2 starts. On a short week, Shanahan may dial that back. Or he could lean into Jones, knowing the offense, and dink and dunk their way down the field. Christian McCaffrey will be involved. We know that. But who is the next man up for the 49ers? Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, and Jake Tong's figure to be the primary threats. Defensively, Robert Saleh will craft a plan to slow down Puka Nacua and make life as difficult as possible for Matthew Stafford. If Los Angeles wins because they had multiple scoring drives of 15-plus plays, then so be it. But the Niners can't afford to get in a shootout. It'll be a long night if the Rams offense can generate multiple explosive plays. Who do you trust more tonight, the 49ers offense or defense? The San Francisco 49ers offense looks to bounce back from a 4-turnover performance this past Sunday. They'll attempt to do so with a backup quarterback and a couple of backup wide receivers. Still, it's a Kyle Shanahan team against a Sean McVay squad. Shanahan has been competitive against the Rams on the road. Injuries make the margin for error slimmer than ever, but Shanahan owns the advantage over McVay by a healthy margin. Advertisement: don't think we have to worry about Shanahan trusting Mac Jones, who had 39 and 41 attempts in each of his 2 starts. On a short week, Shanahan may dial that back. Or he could lean into Jones, knowing the offense, and dink and dunk their way down the field. Christian McCaffrey will be involved. We know that. But who is the next man up for the 49ers? Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, and Jake Tong's figure to be the primary threats. Defensively, Robert Saleh will craft a plan to slow down Puka Nacua and make life as difficult as possible for Matthew Stafford. If Los Angeles wins because they had multiple scoring drives of 15-plus plays, then so be it. But the Niners can't afford to get in a shootout. It'll be a long night if the Rams offense can generate multiple explosive plays. Who do you trust more tonight, the 49ers offense or defense? 49ers proved their best team in NFC West. Chris Canty on Mac Jones beat Stafford and Rams 26-23. The 49ers kept the game alive in regulation with a forced fumble at the goal line with just over a minute to go. And even after the Rams got a stop and forced overtime on a field goal with 2 seconds left in regulation, their defense got a stop on a 4th and 1 run by Williams, a call from Sean McVay to keep going for the win and not settle for a tie, setting off a celebration. McVay was critical of himself post-game, but not for the decision to go for it. The play selection was very poor, McVay said. I'm sick right now because I put our players in AS****** spot. I've got to live with that. The 49ers pulled off one of the shocking upsets of the early NFL season, ignoring multiple injuries for a 26-23 win over a Rams team that was 3-1 coming into Thursday's game. The 49ers were without their quarterback, 3 starting receivers, an all-pro tight end, and one of the best defensive players in the NFL. They gave up a 14-0 lead as a depleted lineup looked like it was running out of gas. Mac Jones, starting at quarterback for the 49ers, played a good game despite spending plenty of it being looked at by athletic trainers for various injuries. And somehow they pulled out the win. The 49ers are 4-1 and will get some of their injured stars back soon. It's a win that will be remembered for a long time. It might be a night that's remembered when voters decide on NFL Coach of the Year. It wasn't their entire starting skill position group though. They still had Christian McCaffrey and they weren't shy about using him. For days after McCaffrey logged 31 touches against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Shanahan's plan was to figure out every creative way he had to get McCaffrey the ball. And it worked. The 49ers took a 7-0 lead on a Jake Tong's touchdown catch. That was a surprising start. Then the 49ers went on another long drive and McCaffrey scored on a catch. At that point, the 49ers led 14-0, and early in the second quarter McCaffrey already had 13 touches. Then when the Rams finally got a drive going, Rams running back Blake Corum had a pitch go right off his hands and the 49ers recovered. It looked like the Rams were the team relying on backups. The Rams scored late in the second quarter, but the 49ers came back and got a field goal. Somehow, the road team with more than a handful of stars out had a 17-7 lead at the half. They were underdogs, but they didn't act like it. Rams come back to tie it. Matthew Stafford had a rough start but got hot in the second half. Puka Nakua continued his dominance with a touchdown catch, and then Williams caught a second touchdown pass, Stafford's third of the night. That touchdown tied at 20-20 in the fourth quarter, though the extra point was missed and the game remained tied. However, the Rams still had all 3 timeouts left and the 49ers were backed up. The 49ers played it safe, ran 3 times and punted it away after a 12-second possession. The Rams converted a 4th down to get into field goal range, with Stafford hitting Williams for 13 yards, and Joshua Carty hit it to send the game to overtime. That's the last thing a thin 49ers team wanted.